Welcome to video 6. This video will discuss which measure of central tendency best describes a set of data. Let's have a look at an example together. A clothing store sold jeans in these sizes in one day: 28, 30, 28, 26, 30, 32, 28, 32, 26, 28, 34, 38, 36, 30, 34, 32, and 30. Now, let's see which measure of central tendency best describes this set of data. To calculate the mean jean size sold, we need to add up all these numbers together and divide by the number of jeans sold. If we add up all the numbers together, our sum is 522. Now I have to take my 522 and divide it by 17. If I round this to the nearest tenth, my answer will be 30 and 7/10. So my mean for this data set is 30 and 7/10. To calculate the median, we must order the jean sizes from least to greatest size. Here they are in numerical order. Since there are 17 numbers, the median is exactly in the middle, and it will be the 9th number. The median size is 30. Now we must calculate the mode. Don't forget, the mode is a number that occurs the most often. But there are two numbers that occur the most often. So there are two modes. In this case, 28 appears 4 times and 30 appears 4 times. So the mode is both 28 and 30. So in this situation, remember what our question is. Which measure of central tendency best describes the set of data? In this set of data, the mean is 30 and 7/10. This doesn't even actually represent a size. If you notice here, there are no 30 and 7/10. So this would not be a good measure of central tendency to use. The median, which is 30, shows about half the customers bought jeans in sizes 30 or smaller, and about half the customers bought jeans in size of 30 or larger. So we would say this is an okay one to use. Now, if you look at the mode, the 28 and the 30, this tells us which sizes are purchased most often. The mode is most useful to the store owner. He may use the mode to order extra stock of those popular sizes. So in this case, we would say the mode was the best measure of central tendency to use. The mean usually is the best measure when no numbers in the data set are significantly different from other numbers. The median is usually the best measure to use when the numbers in the data set are significantly different. The mode is usually the best measure when the data represents measures such as shoe sizes or clothing sizes. A store needs to restock sizes that sell the most often, so again, this would be the best measurement to use. Let's have a look at another example together. Let's have a look at another example together. Choosing the best measure to describe a set of data. The line plot shows the number of hours 15 people spent on the telephone in 1 week. Which measure of central tendency best describes this data? Justify your answer. Sometimes we can analyze data by looking at a visualization of it. Again, let's check out this example. Here is the line plot. It means that there were 2 individuals that spent an hour on the phone that week. There are 3 individuals that spent 2 hours, 3 individuals that spent 3 hours, 1 spent 4 hours, 2 spent 5 hours, 1 person spent 6 hours on the phone, 2 people spent 8 hours, and there was a really big talker who spoke for 9 hours. That's what it means in terms of the data set representation. Now, let's have a look at the mean, median, and mode and see which one works best. So, first of all, let's find the mean. We have to add up all the values. Let's write out the values first. 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 8, 8, and 9. To find the mean, we have to add up all the numbers. And when we add up all these numbers, the sum is 62. That's the total. Now we need to take the average or the mean. So there are 15. So we have to do 62 divided by 15. When we calculate the answer, we notice that we get 4 and 13/100ths with the 3 repeating. So we're just going to round this off to 4 and 1/10. Okay, now how about the median? Remember, the median is a middle number. Since there are 15 points on this data set, we can find the number that is exactly in the middle. And in this case, our median is the number 3. So now that we know that the median is 3, we are now going to check out the mode. What's the mode? What is the most popular number? Well, we can see here that there is a tie. There are 2 numbers that are the popular, so I'm going to write them both down. We have the 2 that appears 3 times and the 3 that also appears 3 times. So the mode in this case is 2 and 3. So remember, this represents 2 hours and this represents 3 hours. That is the mode. Remember, the mode doesn't have to be just one number because in this case we have 2. Now, let's go back to our question and see what it actually asks. Which is the best measure of central tendency that represents this data? Well, it's sort of hard to say here, but if we look at the data, what do we see? Well, the mean seems to be a little bit bigger than 4. So that's not so great because someone spoke for 9 hours and kind of pulled up the mean. The median seems like a pretty good measure to me because it's 3, which seems right around the cluster where most of the people seem to have talked. And the mode, which could be kind of 2 or 3, seems a little bit small. So in this case, I'm going to say that the best measure of central tendency is the median. But as you can see, you need to build an articulate reason and a justification for why we think the particular measure of central tendency is right. Thank you for watching this video. Please complete the Try This section.